Cavs are 30-19, battling for the top spot in the Eastern Conference. Trade deadline under 2 weeks away, 2 weeks from yesterday. JB Bickerstaff talked about just how good the chemistry is and being aware of that with a potential trade.
We've had a lot of conversations about that. We know how fragile chemistry is and how quickly it can be bothered, so this is a very important time for our team, an opportunity if they're there to improve itself, but also an opportunity, to not feel rushed to do something that could impact, the chemistry that we've built. So our front office, has a heavy understanding of how important that is. And again, they are aggressive to help improve this team. They do a lot of homework and understanding the type of people that you're going to bring in if you do decide to make a move. But understanding that we do have something good brewing here with the group that we have, and how do we complement it, if anything, but definitely not want to do something that negatively impacts it.
And Mac, everybody's in a hurry for the Cavs to add some scoring, but that is the wise thing to do, is make sure it's the right fit.
Yeah, and like I said last segment, I think that for the Cavaliers, it's about finding the right piece. And that's the one thing that I think, Kobe Altman and company have really done a good job of learning from, in the past where, they went out a couple years ago, the trade deadline. All of a sudden, last second, Andre Drummond comes to Cleveland. And you end up seeing, very talented player, but at the same time, a little bit of behind the scenes issues when it comes to Drummond. And so, you end up seeing him get bought out last season, and the ramifications that kind of came from that. So, I think that what Kobe Altman and company are going to be doing is, again, it's going to be, looking to add and looking to bring in a talented player. However, I do think that when it comes down to it, this team is going to be looking for the right fit more than anything. And that's where, I look at somebody, like a Dennis Schroeder in Boston, who's been, floated to Cleveland. I just don't know if that's the best kind of fit for this locker room, mainly because of the fact that, again, you saw the reports from last offseason. He was expecting to get over $100 million. He's looking for his payday. So at that point, I don't necessarily know if that's a guy who I want to bring in if he's still looking for that next payday, because, you look at a lot of these guys that are on the roster already, and those guys are the ones that are making that extra pass, that, are accepting of their roles. And to be honest, I would look at another player on Boston, Josh Richardson. He's somebody who plays very good on defense. He shoots the ball well from beyond the arc, but is also a veteran who is just out there to try to win. And so at that point, it's about accepting his role and making sure that he's bought into what the team has. So at that point, it's the right kind of veteran, instead of, maybe going above and beyond to try to get that extra talent who might not necessarily be the best fit for this team.